on a marvelous Wednesday. It is Hump Day Wednesday. Yes, welcome to a safe space with Dr. Lillie. We will be covering today emotional blocks and healing. Yes, emotional blocks and healing. That is our topic for today. Hit that like button as you all are coming in, please. We're going to be covering a lot. Healing is important. Healing is imperative. Today we are covering as our topic emotional blocks and healing. Happy Hump Day, everybody. As you come in, hit that like button for me. Please subscribe to my channel. Help me grow my channel. Your support is so important to me and it is needed. As your healing is needed, you subscribing to my channel is so needed. Look out for me, support me as I support you and be your listening ear and giving you the knowledge on emotional blocks and healing, okay? Hit the like button, subscribe, comment, share. So welcome to a safe space with Dr. Lillie. Today's topic is emotional blocks and healing. And I'm going to read something to you about trauma. Trauma is not an event. It's a disruption to the body, mind's capacity to adapt, thrive, and flourish. That is what is going on with trauma. Trauma will try to block you from adapting, thriving, and flourishing. But it is my job to get you there to adapt, thrive, and flourish in your beautiful lives. Okay? Hello, Reverend Dr. JC. How you doing? I am doing good, and I hope you're doing good as well. So, as I stated, since you're just coming in, today's topic is about emotional blocks and healing. So I'm going to make this statement to you all. This is something I'm going to let you listen to. It's an audio. It will lift up your spirit. Let's say you just got out from work. You got out of that traffic and the traffic is horrendous. Well, you need to listen to this, okay? So I'm going to play this for you. We are all God's beloved children. This will uplift you and it will empower you, okay? So take a listen. Just a moment. Give it a moment to download for you to listen to, okay?
My beloved child, be courageous. Do not fear anything that stands in your way, for I am right here, walking beside you through every difficulty. You never face a battle alone. When life feels heavy, when confusion surrounds you, come closer to me. Spend time in quiet reflection, because it is in stillness that your spirit becomes stronger and my voice becomes clearer. Your silent moments with me carry powerful energy that heals, renews, and guides you. Even when you cannot see the ways I am working, trust that I am moving on your behalf. You don't always see the paths I'm preparing, the protection I place around you, or the doors I open and close to keep you safe. But I am always at work. My beloved child.
We are all God's beloved kids. He is always with you, so do not ever doubt that, okay? So we're going to move along, and I'm going to play another audio for you. Again, what is about empowering you and uplifting you. So take a listen to this, okay? Give it just a moment.
Stop texting each other and just talk.
Hold on.
We're not texting each other. We're working deals.
Can it wait?
My child, before you scroll away, I need you to hear this. The thing you've been worrying about, the situation that's been keeping you awake at night, the burden you've been carrying alone, give it to me. Because while you've been worrying, I've been working, and what seems impossible to you is not impossible for me. My child, you spend so much time thinking about what could go wrong. You replay problems in your mind. You imagine the worst outcomes. You let fear steal today's peace because of tomorrow's uncertainty. But I never asked you to carry tomorrow. I asked you to trust me today. Fear wants you to believe you're alone, but you're not. I am with you right now in this moment, in this struggle, in this season. My child, think about all the battles you've already survived. The problems you thought would break you, the nights you cried yourself to sleep, the situations that seemed impossible. Yet somehow you made it through. Do you know why? Because I was carrying you, and the same God who helped you then is helping you now. I have not changed. My love has not changed. My power has not changed. My promises have not changed. You keep asking me for answers, and I understand. But sometimes faith means trusting me before you see the outcome. Sometimes the miracle begins when you stop trying to control everything. Sometimes peace comes when you finally place the burden in my hands. My child, you don't have to know every step. You only need enough faith to take the next one, and I will guide you from there. Listen carefully. The delay is not a denial. The closed door is not the end of your story. The struggle you're facing today is not your final chapter. I am preparing something you cannot yet see. I'm working behind the scenes. I'm arranging things for your good. And when the time is right, you will understand why you had to wait. So today, choose faith over fear. Choose trust over worry. Choose peace over panic. Because I am already in your tomorrow, and I am making a way. Do not give up. Do not lose hope. And do not stop believing. Your breakthrough is closer than you think. If this message spoke to your heart, subscribe and come back tomorrow. God may have another word waiting for you. Amen.
Don't lose the faith. I know you have experienced grief, loss, trauma. Do not lose the faith. With faith, it takes you to different levels of where you're healing. So keep the faith, and prayer will help you as well. So we're going to be discussing the topics again today is emotional blocks and healing, everybody. Hit that like button as you are coming in. Please subscribe to my channel. Help me grow. Just a moment. Hit that like button for me, please. Hello, Max. How you doing? Thank you for coming to my live. Just a moment, you all. Just a moment. Emotional blocks and healing. Give me just a moment and it will download so I can get to the topic for today, everybody, okay? Give me a moment. And this is from Clear the Pathway by Jeff Croft. Give it a moment, it's downloading. All is well, Max. It is even better now that you on my live supporting me because the support is needed. This channel is not even quite a month old, so I need your support. Please subscribe to my channel. Hit the like button, comment, subscribe, share. Imperative. It is imperative that you support me, and I need your support, as we all need some healing up in here, okay? So this is from Jeff Craft, and it's Clear the Pathway. 3 simple steps to release emotional blocks and accelerating. Just a moment. And this is a quote from Dave Lazinski. Dave says, the key to being at peace with committing to a healing session is to know that the person you are committing to work with is an authentic, well-educated, intuitive counselor and healer with experience working on themselves as well as others. Let me read that to you again because it's so important. A healer, a counselor and healer who is experienced working on themselves as well as others. That includes me as well. So these are some things you might find with yourself. Take a listen to this, okay? Struggling to feel authentic after years of pleasing others. Paralyzed by self-doubt or unable to trust your intuition. That happens a lot when you're going through your healing process. Caught in patterns that block peace, clarity, and connection. Reliving painful dramatics in your relationships. Exhausted from trying to heal without real change. Carrying unexplained physical symptoms of chronic tension. And what could that be? It could be heart pains, because trauma can cause all kind of pains, even when you're grieving. Grief and loss can as well. It could affect women in certain ways, in the womb, their hips, etc., neck pain, back pains, etc. Carrying unexplained physical symptoms or chronic tension. What would this guide show you that I am reading to you all? It said, why emotional blocks persist even when you're done the work. When you have done the work, emotional blocks can persist as well, but you just have to continue working on your healing. The essential practice that dissolves pain at the root. When you're in a session with your practitioner, your wellness practitioner, your trauma coach, your grief and loss specialist, I'm all of those things. It is the goal is to get to the root that is causing the pain, that is causing you not to heal. How to begin today, gently, effectively, and with clarity. What did I say with your sessions? We will gently work on your healing in the sessions with me. We just discussed that last week sometime. If I'm not mistaken, was it Friday? Gently and effectively with clarity. What are emotional blocks and why they linger? Emotional blocks are unresolved feelings, beliefs, energetic imprints held in your body and nervous system. It always goes back to the nervous system, okay? They often begin as responses to painful or overwhelming experiences you didn't have the space, support, or safety to fully process. We talked about process, remember? You can sometimes be overwhelmed, and when you're overwhelmed, it can cause you to not process things properly. I gave you an example last week of me not processing something properly. So instead of moving through the experience, you store it. You adapt. Remember, I talked about adapt early on in this pamphlet, that I'm reading from you to you guys. You adapt, you keep going. But over time, those unprocessed emotions harden into patterns. And those patterns become your reality, affecting how you think, feel, relate, and show up in the world. That is so true. Those blocks can show up as recurring emotional triggers. Yep. Or relationship patterns, tension, fatigue, or physical discomfort that seems unexplained. Inner conflict. Part of you wants healing and another part resists it. That can absolutely happen because you can feel like, well, I think I'm going to go and I'm going to sit down and talk with someone, a therapist, or either our practitioner, a trauma coach. And then the next day you can feel like, nah, I don't have time for that. So that's what this is about. Tension, fatigue, or physical discomfort that seems unexplained. Inner conflict part that wants healing and another part that resists it. When you resist healing, you're not allowing yourself to be at your potential growth, your potential greatness that God has for you. Fear, confusion, a shutdown when it's time to move forward. I think we all may have experiences because I know I have when I was going through my years of trauma and living in survival mode. Fear, confusion, or shutdown when it's time to move forward. But actually, I made myself not have a choice but to move forward because I had a daughter. I was living for two people, my daughter and myself. So I had to move on. But I will not sit here and lie to you that I wasn't still in survival mode because I was. And the frustration part, many healing tools only address the surface, relieving the symptoms temporarily, but never touching the root cause. That's because real healing doesn't happen in your thoughts. It happens in the body, in the breath, in the space where the pain first enters and where it still lives. What you all talking about? Hello, how you doing this evening? Nala, I don't want to mispronounce your name. I hope I'm saying it right. Hello, how are you doing? Hope you're doing great this evening. Our discussion today and topic is emotional blocks and healing. So that's what I'm going over right now, okay? I am your wellness practitioner, your trauma coach. I am a grief and loss specialist, etc., etc. Thank you for coming to my live. Understanding the root cause karmic patterns. At the heart, most emotional pain and karmic patterns, energetic imprints left by past experiences that were never fully seen, felt, or integrated. And what they mean by integrated, taken into the healing stage. You haven't quite entered there yet. So those past experiences are still affecting you, such as what? Trauma. Thank you so much. Thank you for blessing me with your kind words. These patterns aren't just in your thoughts. They live in your body, in your breath, in the places you tighten, flinch, shut down, even when you don't know why. I came to understand this deeply through my time with a guru. That's the person that wrote this particular ebook. So we're going to move along. Healing is not about fixing. Remember, I told you guys, it is not right for someone to say you need to be fixed, because healing is not about fixing. You can't fix anyone. It is up to them to want the healing. And I am there as their listening ear to help them get the healing that they need. Healing is not about fixing. It is about dissolving what's false, so your wholeness can fully and finally emerge. I'm going to read that to you again. Healing is not about fixing. It is about dissolving what's false, so your wholeness can finally emerge. What karmic patterns remain unprocessed? They keep looping. Emotional blocks that feel impossible to release, relationship dynamics that mirror old wounds, self-sabotaging habits that derail your process, deep fear of fully showing up as your true self. A lot of times people feel they can't be them true selves because they're going to be judged. But when you are not being your true self and you are in fear of being who you really are, you are blocking your healing. While it can feel like these patterns are part of who you are, they are not. They are echoes of a past pain, and they can be unwound. You don't have to carry them forever. As I told you all, you are not your trauma. You are not what grief has left you with. There are ways to meet them at the source and gently release what no longer belongs in your nervous system, your body, your story. Even though you may be experiencing grief, loss, trauma, your story does not end there. You evolve. The path to true healing, grounding, and witnessing. Thank you for coming back. Imagine this. You knock over a potted plant in the courtyard. Dirt scatters everywhere. From the balcony above, you analyze the mess. You think about how it happened. You visualize cleaning it up. But until you actually step down into the courtyard, gather the soil, and place it back into the pot, nothing truly changes. This is how most of us approach in healing. We stay in the balcony. We stay on the balcony of the mind, thinking about the pain, talking about it, even visualizing release. But the emotions, the memories, the raw energy of the wound, they live in the body, in the breath, in the nervous system that never got relaxed and let them go. And that is not about fixing you. It's just saying sometimes to heal, sometimes you do have to let go. To truly heal, we have to step down into the courtyards. Give me an example, okay? The place where the pain actually lives, and meet it with awareness, safety, and compassion. And when I'm working with you all, being your counsel, not your counsel, but your grief practitioner and your coach, I am very compassionate about what I do. I am a listening ear to you. I will let you speak and I will give my input, but I am mainly here to be your compassionate listening ear. And teachings of, well, we're not doing yoga. That's a different thing. So we're going to skip that part. Grounding, returning to the body, feeling what's here, bringing safety to the places that once felt unsafe. It is my job in your session to make you feel safe and to win your trust. Witnessing, observing what's present without judgment, resistance, or need to fix. Again, let me read that part because nobody needs to be fixed. Witnessing, observing what's present without judgment, resistance, or the need to fix. Just a moment. I'm going to take a sip of water because sometimes when you talk a lot on your lives, your throat gets dry. The practice that clears emotional blocks. What's the topic of today's lesson? Emotional blocks and healing. So now it says the practice that clears emotional blocks. Here's the good news. You don't need a dozen of techniques to heal. You don't need to overthink, which we can do that a lot, overthink, or overanalyze, or overpower your pain. You need one simple, powerful practice done with presence. The practice is tantrum awareness. It is the foundation of all work we do. Well, I don't do that kind of work, but that's in this ebook that I'm reading to y'all. So we're going to skip to the loo on that part too, okay? Because we're not doing yoga or anything. I'm not a yoga instructor, okay? I am a grief and loss specialist. I am a women's wellness coach. I am a life coach. I am trauma coach, etc. But I do not do yoga. I don't want to mislead you all. No. So ground yourself. It says, find a quiet, comfortable space. Bring attention to your breath. Feel the rise and fall of your belly. Let your awareness settle into your body. Notice sensations like warmth, tension, vibration without changing anything. Grounding anchors you in the now. Like if you're just sitting and you're meditating, you're grounding. Even if you just go outside and appreciate nature, you are grounding. Grounding anchors you in the now. It brings safety to your system so healing can begin. Step 2, welcome the emotion. Sometimes we run from our emotions. I am guilty of that as well. I wrote my autobiography, The Purple Cinderella. So listen to this. Step 2, welcome the emotion. Gently explore what feelings are present. Please, if you can't take notes of this, gently explore what feelings are present. If something arises, sadness, fear, anger, acknowledge it. Acknowledge what you're feeling in that moment. If you are feeling sad, acknowledge it. If you're feeling anger, acknowledge it. Label it simply, I feel sadness in my chest. Resist the urge to analyze or fix. No one can be fixed. Just let it be there. Allow it to be. Give the emotion full permission to exist. Remember I gave y'all the discussion about if you're doing a session with me and you're crying, I'm not there to tell you to stop crying. I am there to hold that space with you because we have to fully allow it to exist. Cry out if you need be. If you need to go outside, away from people and just put out a big yell, do what you got to do, okay? Allow yourself to feel the emotion. Welcoming existing weaknesses. It's courage. It's how the emotion knows it's safe to leave. Oh, I love this. Welcoming isn't weakness. It's courage. It's how the emotion knows it's safe to leave. And that is a part of healing. Welcome the emotion. Give the emotion full permission to exist. So you can release it, you fully welcome it. And that is how it's safe for the emotion to leave. If that ain't powerful, witness without judgment. Stay with the feeling, with compassion. Breathe through the intensity. Don't abandon it. Breathe. Don't abandon it. Observe it shift, fade, or transform. Express quiet gratitude for your courage to feel. Witnessing is where the alchemy happens. When you stay present without resistance, healing unfolds on its own. Remember, we talked about healing. You have to have time for a quiet space for yourself. And that is not cheating others out of your time. You have to have quiet time for yourself. And that is the time, let's say you had a hectic day using this traffic. It was bad. You get home. And because you're a mom or a wife, sometimes you are rushed to cook, to make the meal for the children. No, you need to have a moment to sit still. Allow your emotions to exist so they can be released. I don't like to cook when I'm not in a good headspace, when I'm not in, my energy is bad. I tell people I don't want to cook. I like to cook when I'm in a good headspace and I have released the emotions of the day. So, witnessing is where the alchemy happens. When you stay present without resistance, healing unfolds on its own. What is the topic about? Emotional blocks in healing. You're not bypassing, you're not reliving, you metabolizing the emotion at its root. And with time, that creates less tension, more peace, great clarity, and a deeper sense of coming home to yourself. Your body is your home. You take care of your temple, okay? Even one breath full of full presence can shift years of emotional weight. This is how your healing begins. It's the foundation practice for how it continues. Anticipating challenges on the path to healing. Challenges gonna come. Even if you are someone that you consider yourself the most Christian person ever, the biggest Christian in the church, challenges gonna come. Anticipating challenges on the path to healing. Tantric awareness is simple practice, but don't mistake that it's easy. Like anything meaningful, it requires time, patience, and gentleness. Along the way, it's normal to face resistance and to question your progress. Don't feel guilty of it because I have done it myself, okay? I have questioned my progress. So do not feel guilty if it ever happens to you, okay? If you tried practice before, felt like you weren't doing it right. If you avoided that hard feelings even when you meant to stay present. If your mind still takes over when you feel your body, it's okay. You're not failing, you're healing. Let me read that to you again. If your mind still takes over when you're trying to feel your body, you're not failing, you're healing. And healing can feel so awkward sometimes, you all, because, like, let's say you ask God for something and you didn't think about the steps that God may put you through to get to that healing. So it's going to feel awkward, but stay on the course. Trust me. Here are a few common challenges and what they mean. This feels too simple. I am missing something. We're conditioned to believe healing must be complex. That if we're not working hard, it's not working. That doesn't mean it's not working. But tantric awareness works because it's simple, effective, and direct. And direct can feel unfamiliar. Didn't I just say that you can be asking God for a certain kind of healing and you don't know the steps that you're going to have to go through for that healing? Like, let's say you've trying to be healed from trauma, the grief, and loss. The steps that you are experiencing may not feel familiar, but don't give up. It's part of the process. I can't stay in my body. My mind keeps pulling me up. Totally normal when you feel like that. Most of us live from the neck up, trying to analyze, fix, and figure out. Learning to ground takes practice, and it's okay if it feels awkward at first. Healing will feel awkward at first, but don't give up. I am your listening ear. Avoiding pain is survival strategy. Avoiding pain is a survival strategy. You develop it for a reason. What if I'm doing it wrong? That question is part of the old pattern. The truth is, if you're being honest, present, and kind with yourself, you're doing it right. Sometimes we don't want to be kind and honest and truthful with ourselves. We don't want to face the music. But I've learned to face the music because I want to grow and I want to see you grow. Okay? There's no growth if you're not honest with yourself. The question is part of the old pattern. The truth is, if you've been honest, present, kind with yourself, you're doing it right. Even showing up to try to win is a win. You're not meant to heal alone. Let me say that again. Dr. Lillie, I am your listening ear. You're not meant to heal alone, okay? Tantra awareness is powerful. It can shift lifelong pain with just breath, presence, and compassion. But here's the truth most people never say. Healing on your own can feel lonely. Not because you're weak, pay attention, but because your old patterns were shaped in relationships with others and the world around you. Healing may begin within, but it's not meant to stay there. Transformation thrives in connection. It happens in a space where you're seen, supported, safe to be your full self. Welcome to a safe space with Dr. Lillie. I am your listening ear. Let me read this to you again. Transformation thrives in connection. It happens in a space where you're seen, supported, and safe to be your full self. When you book a session with me, you are supported to be your full self with no judgment. During your sessions, not to hand you answers, but to help you uncover your own. Whether you struggle to trust your path, stay steady in your practices of healing, or fully show up as yourself. It's okay to show up as yourself. Start having more faith and believe in yourself, and you will grow past the fear of healing, okay? Here's what support makes possible. Greater clarity when things feel messy or confusing. Greater clarity and help from your wellness practitioner will help you to feel that you have clarity, okay? More confidence when you're unsure if you're doing it right. Support helps you trust your process and your progress. Nervous system safety. Some patterns are intense. Feeling held and grounded by someone experienced makes it easier to meet them fully. Deeper awareness. A skilled guide sees what's hard to see alone. Not to fix you, but to walk beside you while you remember your own power. I am here to help you remember your own power. I am here to help you heal from your grief and loss and your trauma. I'm not here to fix you. No one can fix you. It is about healing. Just a moment. For healing, stage 1, embracing humanity on your spiritual path. Awakening to inner transformation, accelerating your spiritual growth, embodying spiritual reality, living in the ultimate spiritual freedom. I'm here to help you get your freedom back. We're not going to allow grief to keep us stuck. We're not going to allow loss to keep you from getting out and enjoying life. And we're definitely not going to allow trauma to stop your healing. So let's kind of take it back a moment from what we have learned today, from today's lesson of emotional blocks and healing. Sometimes healing, it can be unfamiliar to you. You throw up emotional blocks. Even if that is happening, you are still getting ahead in your healing process. Sometimes you are struggling to feel your authentic self. Even sometimes, though, emotional blocks can linger. That's why you need a wellness practitioner and a coach. And I am your listening ear. Book a session with me. Also, you guys take advantage of the free 15-minute sessions. They are available. My link to my website is in my description. Click on the website link and book your session, okay? You have free 15-minute sessions, okay? This is for a limited time. Yes, please hit the like button and subscribe for me, please. And then it's always important, you're trying to get to the root cause. That is the main part of getting to your true healing and becoming your true authentic self. And step back into your power. Because I am here to empower you, your trauma coach, your life coach. So that was the lesson for today. Just a moment. I hope that you all jotted down some of the things, wrote down some of the things, or put it in your phone notes that we went over today, because healing is so needed. And it is imperative that you allow yourself to be healed. And the most powerful thing you could do right now is pray to God and book you a session. Take advantage of the free 15-minute sessions, okay? Take advantage of it. So that's what we covered today, emotional blocks and healing. I will continue Friday. So I look forward to seeing you all Friday. So I'm going to play a powerful message to you all again, okay? Just a moment.
Psychologists have discovered that procrastination isn't caused by laziness or lack of motivation, but My child, before you scroll away, I need you to hear this. The thing you've been worrying about, the situation that's been keeping you awake at night, the burden you've been carrying alone, give it to me. Because while you've been worrying, I've been working, and what seems impossible to you is not impossible for me. My child, you spend so much time thinking about what could go wrong. You replay problems in your mind. You imagine the worst outcomes. You let fear steal today's peace because of tomorrow's uncertainty. But I never asked you to carry tomorrow. I asked you to trust me today. Fear wants you to believe you're alone, but you're not. I am with you right now in this moment, in this struggle, in this season. My child, think about all the battles you've already survived, the problems you thought would break you, the nights you cried yourself to sleep, the situations that seemed impossible. Yet somehow you made it through. Do you know why? Because I was carrying you. And the same God who helped you then is helping you now. I have not changed. My love has not changed. My power has not changed. My promises have not changed. You keep asking me for answers, and I understand. But sometimes faith means trusting me before you see the outcome. Sometimes the miracle begins when you stop trying to control everything. Sometimes peace comes when you finally place the burden in my hands. My child, you don't have to know every step. You only need enough faith to take the next one, and I will guide you from there. Listen carefully. The delay is not a denial. The closed door is not the end of your story. The struggle you're facing today is not your final chapter. I am preparing something you cannot yet see. I am working behind the scenes. I'm arranging things for your good. And when the time is right, you will understand why you had to wait. So today, choose faith over fear. Choose trust over worry. Choose peace over panic. Because I am already in your tomorrow, and I am making a way. Do not give up. Do not lose hope. And do not stop believing. Your breakthrough is closer than you think. If this message spoke to your heart, subscribe and come back tomorrow. God may have another word waiting for you. Amen.
And be sure to subscribe to God Faith on YouTube. That's where that passage come from. I want to thank you all for stepping in this evening, watching my live. Again, this is a safe space with Dr. Lillie. I will see you all Friday. Have an amazing evening. God loves you and I love you. Bye.